Hello, everyone. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and I'm once again here to tell you about Sex and the City. That's right, Sex and the City. Okay, my name is Diego. Welcome to Diego Knows. I've watched every single episode of Sex and the City. I watched both movies, and I watched that piece of shit show, and Just Like Crap. I've reviewed that show. It's on this channel if you want to watch it. It's a piece of shit. I'm a big fan of Sex and the City. Always have been. I got interested in the show because a lot of the girls that I liked back in the day, back when the show first aired, about 20 something years ago, I was a younger man back then, obviously, and a lot of the girls that I knew at work and at school, they all watched this show. And they would all talk about this show, so that kind of got me interested in it. So I started watching the show, and I got hooked on it. I did. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was very well written. I love the characters in the show. I love the situations they're in. I loved all that stuff about it. I love to hear their point of view and how they deal with situations. I thought that was pretty fun because I was in the dating world at that time as well. I was also a young man dating lots of women. I lived in a big city. I lived in Chicago. I went to the nightclubs. I went to the parties, the bars. Dated lots of women. I did all that stuff. So I was basically the male version of what they were going through. All right. So I knew some of the pitfalls out there and stuff about dating. And a lot of what I saw on the show was not realistic. Okay. And I'm talking about from a straight guy's point of view. That's what I do on the show. I don't bullshit here. I tell you the honest God truth. Okay. The show was written by lesbians. It was written by gay guys. And it was written by feminists. Okay. So whose one opinion was not involved in the creation of the show? The straight guy. Okay. So we ended up being the butt of pretty much every joke on the show most of the time. Okay, these straight guys that were on the show, because remember, we're dealing about heterosexual relationships, right? These guys that are on the show were not realistic men. Okay, they did not act like real men do. Okay, so I'm here to set the record straight. That's what I do here on the show. I promised you guys a long time ago that I was going to review every single episode of Sex and the City and give you a straight man's point of view, and that's what I'm here to do. Okay, and I'm going to keep doing it until I've reviewed every goddamn episode on this show. I'm going to get through the whole fucking thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the show. I think it was good. Very entertaining. Like I said, I love the show, so I'm not doing this because I hate it. Okay, I love the show. I'm not hate watching this, all right? But it was not realistic. Okay, it was not realistic, and I'm here to basically explain to you the differences between what we see in the show and what a real normal straight guy would think and what a real normal straight guy would do. Okay, based on my own experiences, I'm not right about everything, okay? But whenever I see something that's just totally out of character that no guy would ever do, I'm gonna raise the bullshit flag, and that's what I do here, okay? Every once in a while they get it right, though, and when they do, I will mention that on here as well, because they did get it right plenty of times, okay? So to start off with, the episode that we're talking about today, it's Season 4, Episode 3. Season 4, Episode 3. The title of this episode is called Defining Moments. Defining moments. Okay, so let's jump right in here. Okay, so it starts off with Big and Carrie are going out. They're dating again, but they're not romantically dating. It's platonic now. Okay, he does some sort of a cigarette trick for her. Whatever. Meanwhile, Trey, that's Charlotte's husband, Trey and Charlotte, they're at a cocktail party. I guess it's for doctors or something. And so there's a lot of people there. And Trey gets horny while they're at the party. And he wants to fuck her at the party, but Charlotte's like, no, there's people here. So she's like, let's go to the coat check. Let's go to the room where all the coats are. Get our coats. Let's go back home and we'll fuck there. And he talks about how she's got a great ass. And I can't wait to have your ass there, Charlotte. Again, Kristen Davis does look pretty good. Okay, she does. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I was the most attracted to was Kristen Davis. Okay, with Charlotte's character was the one I was most attracted to. All right, not just look wise, but personality wise. I didn't like the fact that she was a gold digger. We don't say that on the show, okay? But yeah, she's a fucking gold digging bitch, okay? She won't date anybody unless he's making a shitload more money because she works in an art gallery, okay? So she's okay. She works in an art gallery, okay? So she's like a I don't know what they're called. It's funny because I dated one too. But anyway, she works in an art gallery. Okay, so she's used to rich people buying paintings and all sorts of art from her show. So that's her dating options. Okay, she won't date anybody that makes less than $500,000 a year. Okay, and her husband Trey is very wealthy. Okay, Trey McDougal. Yeah, he's extremely wealthy. Okay, so he fits into that category. But anyway, so they're there at the party, the doctor's party. He wants to fuck. They end up actually just having sex in the coat room, the room with all the coats. Yeah, they end up just having sex there. So Charlotte's kind of like weird about it because she left him. Okay, last season she left him because he couldn't get a hard on. Okay, and he didn't want to do anything about it. He didn't want to eat her out. He didn't want to quit watching porn because he got a hard on when he watched porn. He didn't want to take Viagra. He didn't want to do anything about it. He wanted to act like it wasn't there. And she got frustrated. She started fantasizing about fucking other guys. So she left. Okay, and then now he comes back this season. Now he's hard. Okay, in fact, last episode he premature ejaculated, so he's getting really turned on all the fucking time now. All right, and now he wants just to fuck her all the time. And hey, I've been in that situation too, man. It's like when you're just horny for somebody, you're horny for them. Okay, but the problem is that they're married. Okay, they're actually not legally, but they're separated now. Okay, so they're trying to reconnect, and all they're doing now is just having sex because he's horny all the time now. The exact opposite of what happened last season with him. All right. So that's going on. Big wants to. Big is still dating Carrie, like I said, but they're not like dating. It's platonic. But every time he takes her home, he wants to go upstairs. Okay, and she keeps shooting him down. Which is kind of weird. I think I can see what Big's going on here is that Big is realizing that he's lost Carrie, or he's losing her. She's pulling away from him. Okay, and what I mean by that is she's not attracted to him anymore. And he's starting to see that his control that he's had over her for the past 3 seasons is slipping away pretty well. Okay? She's trying to be friends with him. She's shooting him down. Now, every time in the past, she fucking lost her last relationship because she didn't want to turn down Big. Okay? But every time in the past, she's always accepted him. And now she's rejecting him. Okay? And I think he's starting to feel it. Like, okay, he's kind of lost his hold on Carrie. Okay? So he's kind of feeling it right now. And he hasn't felt that before. Okay, but he's feeling it now, so we're watching how he deals, and he deals with it, pretty immaturely. Really, he's getting jealous now, and he's getting self-conscious and stuff. These are unattractive characteristics that we didn't really see too much of him before, and now we're starting to see it. Okay, so it just shows that he's a well-rounded person. Okay, now at breakfast, the girls, Charlotte's complaining, like I said, she's complaining because, her husband wants to fuck everywhere, and this is, like I said, this is all the shit that she complained about when he wasn't fucking, when he couldn't get a hard on, and she would complain about that. Now, he's always getting a hard on, but the thing about it is he's not acting like they're in a relationship. He's not acting like they're married. He's not talking about his feelings. He's not talking about what his plans are. He's not talking about, what their future is going to be. Are they going to get back together? None of that shit's going on. All they're doing is fucking now. They're just fucking like rabbits. Like crazy. And now Charlotte's doesn't realize what to do. She doesn't know where it's going. Are we getting back together? Are we not getting back? Should I move back in? Should I not move back in? Is he gonna go limp on me again if I move back in, or is he gonna keep fucking me and is he keep wanting to do it in public? Are we ever gonna fuck in our marital bed ever? So all these things are going through her head, And these are all shit she's just talking about, but she doesn't want to talk to him about it. She just wants to, he just wants to fuck, and he doesn't want to talk, and she doesn't want to bring it up. So, what the fuck is this? If I was married, this would be the first thing I would think about. If I was thinking about getting back, with my spouse, if I left her and I'm thinking about getting back with her and we're still having sex on the side, one of the things I would want to talk about is, well, what did we fucking split up in the first place? Let's deal with that, okay? Because that's the number one obstacle, and then we can start, let's deal with that, and then let's go forward from there. But they're not doing that. They're not talking about it, okay, which is bullshit. One of them should be bringing it up, and neither one of them is bringing it up. Trey's not going to bring it up because he's a fucking idiot. He's not a real human being, okay? This guy's impotent. He fucking doesn't do anything about it. He just acts like nothing's wrong. This guy's horny all the time, wants to fuck everywhere at other people's houses, and he acts like there's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't want to talk about that either. So this guy's not a realistic guy. He says alrighty then all the fucking time, and he's just like wishy-washy. He just does whatever strong, dominant females around him wants him to do. Okay, he's not a real character. He's a bullshit character. All right, not masculine at all. Not decisive. No confidence. Is not aware of his surroundings. Does not understand his wife at all. Can't read her at all. He says crazy fucking things that offend her, and he had no idea it would offend her. Okay, he has no social Geiger counter. Okay, he just doesn't know what the fuck's going on. All right, that's his character. Okay, but anyway, but Charlotte can't be happy with him. Either he can't get hard, or he's hard all the fucking time. She can't be happy with him. All right. Carrie admits that she's seen Big again, platonically to her friends. They don't buy it. They think she's probably gonna fuck him again. And she's like, you know what? We're just having fun. She's like, we're just having fun. And that's it. We're just going out places and doing stuff like friends do. And Samantha's like, well, you can have fun all you want, just don't have amnesia. Okay, don't forget what happened. Okay, with you, how bad this guy is for you, how he's fucked you over. He didn't really fuck her over. She did it to herself. Okay, don't put that on him. Okay, he never forced her to do anything. Okay, everything she's done, all the pain she's had with him, okay, was self-inflicted. Okay, she loves to talk about because it's her show. Okay, she's the main character, so we're always going to focus on Carrie's problems that she had with Big, how he was like selfish, and how he didn't want to commit to her, and how he lied to her, or how he always used her, or how he didn't respect her, or how he didn't. Okay, all that fucking shit. It's all bullshit. Okay, a Big is who he is. Okay, Carrie was more than complicit to be involved with him and let him do all these things that she complains about. It's not fucking his fault. It's her fault. Okay, but nobody wants to fucking point the finger at her. Okay, they're just like, you need to stop seeing him. But Carrie sees him because she wants to see him. Okay, and no one's gonna change her fucking mind. All right, she's probably gonna fuck him again if she keeps hanging out with him like she's doing. But and the girls see that happening, but she's saying, no, we're just friends. We're just platonic now. And that's going on. But Big definitely doesn't see them as platonic. He thinks, okay, well, she's hanging out with me again. So that's step 1. Step 2 is she'll invite me up. Step 3 is we're gonna fuck. And by the time we get to step 5, we're back together again. That's what Big is thinking. That's what I think anyway. So that's going on here. Okay, so Carrie starts pondering these things. She's thinking like, okay, well, can you have sex with somebody and not be in a relationship, and can you be in a relationship and not have sex? Like what's going on here? Okay, so the thesis of this episode is what really defines a relationship. What does define a relationship? Okay, so meanwhile we cut to Miranda. Miranda's having sex with some fat balding guy with glasses. They're fucking. He's on top. It's missionary. And what's really fucked up is they got their clothes on. Okay, I mean, they're fully dressed and they're in Miranda's bed and they're fucking. How is that possible? How do you fuck through your clothes? You can't. It's called dry humping, okay? But if this was dry humping, then why aren't they calling it dry humping? They're acting like they're really having sex. As we, the audience, are we supposed to believe that they're really having sex, even though he's got his pants pulled up with his belt still buckled, and Miranda's fully dressed with her top and her bottom on? And they're just like dry humping, and then she turns around like, oh, like get the fuck out of here, okay? That's not fucking sex. That's dry humping. That's a shit. And they're about 20 years too old to be doing that shit, okay? So it's like, yeah, I didn't buy it at all. But apparently Miranda thought the sex was great, all right? Even though we know nothing about this guy, he's a cartoonist. That's all we know. We don't see very much of him, but he just looks like a out of shape guy. He's like balding, glasses. He's got a gut. He just looks like a nurble. He's got like those glasses like from the 1960s, like the Drew Carey glasses, the BCs, the birth control glasses, because you'll never get laid wearing them. Yeah, those. Okay, so he's there, and he's done doing his business, and Miranda's actually kind of happy. She likes fucking him. Apparently, he's very good. But what bothers her is that she goes over there, like the next day she goes to her bathroom and she's brushing her teeth in front of the mirror, and he just walks into the bathroom and takes a piss in the toilet right next to her, and she's just freaked out. I guess no guy's ever done that before, okay? And I can understand that too. Okay, that's not really something you do when you're new at dating somebody. That's the shit that you do when you've been together for a long time. Okay, you're already living together. You've been together for a while. I mean, I've had girlfriends, they've pissed in front of me in the toilet while I'm shaving. I mean, that fucking shit happens again. Me personally, I don't think I've ever pissed with my girlfriend being there right next to me. I don't think that's ever happened before. If it does, I don't remember it. Okay, so I've never done that before, but I do know that it happens. Okay, it wouldn't have happened this soon, so I'm gonna raise the bullshit flag right there. Any guy with any sort of social awareness of dating would know that you don't fucking do that when you first just started seeing somebody. You don't want to do that. That's later. That's after you're fucking already like in a relationship. That's after you're already comfortable with each other. You're living together or something. Okay, you're spending a lot of time. You've been together for a while. You spend a lot of time at each other's places. That's when that shit happens. If you're okay with it. Okay, you always want to judge these kind of things. Okay, if my girlfriend's okay with pissing in front of me with the door open, then I'm gonna be okay pissing with the door open. Okay, not necessarily her in the bathroom with me, but I'll leave it open, whatever. If I'm not aware of it or something. I'm not gonna offend anybody. Okay, but if you're not there, if you're not on that same wavelength, you don't fucking do that shit, okay? You don't do that. And this guy is not aware that it's grossing her out. She's trying to brush her teeth and he's pissing right in front of her. She's like, And of course, she complains about it to her friends. They go to some fucking art show at Charlotte's gallery. They go there and of course, Miranda's complaining about it. Like, you don't do that shit. You close the door. You don't fucking take a piss when there's someone else in the bathroom brushing their teeth. That's just disgusting. And it's not okay. And Carrie's like, oh, Miss Boundaries finally found Mr. Boundaries. Miss Boundaries has found Mr. No Boundaries. Okay, so Samantha's there, and she meets one of the artists that's selling her shit at the gallery. It's Maria. I guess she's Portuguese, but she looks Mexican. And she's older, and she asks, because she's flirting with Samantha. Samantha doesn't realize it. Okay, which turns out she's a lesbian because she mentions there's another girl comes and talks to her and go, oh, that's my ex over there. So that's Samantha. Oh, so you're a lesbian. Okay, and she did that on purpose. Okay, so she's flirting with Samantha. Okay, so you got two middle-aged women kind of pseudo flirting with each other. Samantha says, well, that's cool. That's your ex-girlfriend there, but that doesn't really help me. Any guys, around? And she's like, no guys. I don't do guys. So anyway, later on, Big takes Carrie to a jazz club, and they're watching jazz. Big's got the big record collection. He loves music. Okay, so they're at a jazz club. Okay, and she's there. Carrie's there, and Big's there, and they're just watching jazz. And meanwhile, the guy playing the trombone, he's giving Carrie fuck me eyes from stage while he's playing, and Carrie's giving him back. I mean, she's like totally into this guy. The actor's name is Craig Bierko. I haven't seen too much of him. I have seen him in some other stuff, though. I saw him in, there's this rom-com movie I saw that I really love, actually. It's really good. I might have to review it someday. It's called Till There Was You. It's with Sarah Jessica Parker and Dermot Mulroney, okay? And Gene Triplehorn's in it, too. And this guy, Craig Bierko's in it, too. Okay, Jennifer Aniston has a small role in it. It's pretty good. But yeah, I remember him from that. He was like the asshole politician. And then I also remember him from Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe. He played Max Baer, the professional boxer that was famous for killing a guy in the ring. That's the guy that Russell Crowe's character, James Braddock, the Cinderella Man, has to fight him at the end in the climax of the movie. So I recognize him from that. But that's it. That's all I really remember him from. But he's there, and he plays the jazz musician. His name is Ray King, and it turns out he's the owner. So he's flirting with her. He passes on a note to her, like, is this guy your boyfriend? And it's Big. Of course, Big is oblivious. Even though he's sitting right next to Carrie, he turns his head, I guess, to get a waitress. And all this interaction happens while his head is turned this way. Okay, like all he had to do was look like this and he would have seen the whole thing. But instead, his head is this way. So the note gets passed, the fuck me eyes, the smiling at each other, the winking at each other, the all that shit flies right past fucking Big's head. He doesn't notice any of it. Okay, like the possibility that Carrie was giving fuck me eyes to this guy in front of him never even occurred to Big. I raise a bullshit flag right there. Okay, no, that would never fucking happen. Okay, if I'm on a date, even if it's a platonic friend, I would know if she's fucking giving fuck me eyes to somebody else. If she's trying to do something or she's passing notes with somebody else, I would fucking definitely notice that. Okay, that's something I would be aware of. Okay, also most guys are not gonna flirt with a girl when there's a guy sitting right next to her. Okay, now, he does say in the note, is this guy your boyfriend? But even then, okay, come on, this guy owns the club. There's a lot of hot girls in there. Why is he flirting on Carrie? Why is he flirting with a 35-year-old one who brought a good-looking guy with her? Why is that the girl that he's going to fucking extol all this effort towards? Why is he going to go after her instead of all the fucking single women that are there that are also giving him fuck me eyes? Why is he focusing on the one girl that's there with another fucking guy, a guy that's bigger than him, okay? So why would he do that? He wouldn't. No normal guy would do that. Okay, I know this guy owns the club, okay, but Big isn't exactly a pushover, okay? He's a fucking multi-millionaire too. He's probably got more money than this guy, all right? So, like, what kind of a fucking schlong toss is this, okay? A normal guy would not do that. If I was on stage doing that, okay, and I saw this girl, she's giving me fuck me eyes, I'm gonna notice the guy she's with. I'm gonna assume they're together, okay? I'm not gonna send a fucking note. I'm gonna assume they're together, and I'm gonna go flirt with the girl that's sitting with her girlfriends over there instead. Okay, the younger one, the one who's 10 years younger and better looking. That's the one I'm going to flirt with. I'm not going to devote all my attention to fucking Carrie. But in this show, this is how they make it look. Okay, Carrie's got to be the one that all the guys want to fuck. Okay, because this show's written by gay guys and feminists. It's not written by straight guys. Okay, you put a hot 23-year-old there. Yes, I would see him doing that. But remember, this is Carrie. She's 35 fucking years old and she's with another guy. Probably not going to flirt with her. I don't think so. Okay. Not with that guy right there. Maybe if I could find a way to separate her from him, get her alone with me, I would do that. But that once again, that would have to be a lot of effort. So this girl had better be worth it. I'm sorry, Carrie, you're pretty, but you're not the best looking girl in that jazz club. All right? Okay, especially now when it comes to the owner of the club. Who is he going to flirt with? Okay, the middle-aged woman that brought a guy with her or the hot young women that are in there? Which one do you think he's going to pick? Exactly. Rest my case. Okay. So she lets him. Okay, so yeah. So anyway, she flirts with him anyway in front of Big. Big's starting to get a little bit jealous. He's going like, "Oh, Carrie likes the jazz guy. Carrie likes jazz." But you could tell that he's hurt. He's hurt because he's never really seen her like flirting with other guys. You know, she's only really flirt. He's only seen her flirt with him. You know, obviously he has. You know, and she has fucked other guys, and he knows that, but he's never seen it. You know, so it's kind of bothering him, and you can tell that he's getting jealous. Okay, but I will say this. So they end up sharing a cab together. Okay, all three of them are in a cab together. Okay, so Carrie's on one side and Ray King's on the other side and Big's on the other. So she's flanked by both of them, all right? They're in the cab together and they're talking. And Big is just a fucking third wheel. I mean, he really is. He can tell. Like, they're trying to have a conversation without him involved. And he keeps interjecting in there, which is annoying Carrie. Well, Carrie, if you're going to fucking pick up a guy, don't bring your ex-boyfriend with you to do it, okay? What do you think is going to fucking happen, okay? They try to get away from him, okay? Like at the club. They're like, hey, listen, I want to share a cab. You got a cab? Oh, yeah, you can share a cab with me. You know, blah, blah, blah. But so that's what they decide to do. And you can tell like Big's just like kind of pissed off, okay? But then Big pulls a supreme fucking move. Great fucking move, and I wish I had thought of it, okay? But he does this great. This is what happens, okay? They drop him off. They drop off Carrie off first at her place, okay? And then the cab's gonna go take Ray back to his place. But they drop Carrie off first, okay? So Carrie gets out of the cab, all right? Says goodbye to Ray. And then when the cab drives away, Big's there with her. Great fucking move. He got out of the cab too. She's like, what? What are you doing? He's like, yeah. He's not gonna let this asshole cock block him. That's a fucking great move. That is beautiful. That's how you do it. Okay, that's how you don't let fucking somebody cock block you, okay? Just like, now I know he's not fucking Carrie, okay? But he's getting upset, he's getting jealous, so he totally sabotaged it. Great fucking job. I wish I had thought of something that clever. Okay, yes, you get out with her. Okay, you know, if this was the real world, Ray would have realized that he just got played, that this guy played him better than he was playing her. Otherwise, she would have gone back to his place, you know? And if I had been Ray, the musician, in the cab and I realized what just fucking happened, the girl I've been flirting with all night just fucking got out of the car with her ex, you know? So I just got fucked up. They're probably gonna go up and fuck now. Now, that's not what happens, but that's what I would be thinking, you know? Unless I was a total fucking idiot, which apparently Ray is, but you know, that's what I would be thinking. Like, oh God, I just got played. This guy just fucking cockblocked me. He took the girl home. He tricked me, you know? I would not call her again. I wouldn't fucking flirt with her again. I wouldn't fucking try to see her again. None of that shit. I got outsmarted. Fuck. You know? And then I would flirt with probably the other fucking 8 million women that are in the fucking city. Instead of focusing on Carrie, but since this is a TV show for chicks, you ain't gonna see that happen because, you know, girl power, you know, nothing to do with like the way a guy would normally react to that situation. But that's what a guy would normally do. He'd fuck somebody else. He wouldn't call her again. He just got played right in front of her, right in front of him. Nah, didn't work. This guy fucking out swordsman, you know, outmaneuvered him, you know. He parlayed him, whatever. Okay. So anyway, Ray calls Carrie the next day because, like I said, you know, playing jazz. He's playing jazz in the background. He loves his jazz music. Big calls Carrie at the same time. You know, Carrie likes jazz musicians. So Carrie's trying to talk to Big and talk to Ray at the same time. Basically, she's trying to get rid of Big on the phone and talk to Ray because Ray's interesting. You know, he knows a lot about jazz. So Ray asks her out. He says, "Don't bring the angry guy." So at least he's learning a little bit from the situation he just had the other night. Okay, a Big is like, "Oh, what do you see in him?" You know, and he's like, "He knows when to fucking say goodbye." Okay, so that happens. Okay, so like I said, Big senses he's losing control of Carrie. All right. Meanwhile, Miranda decides to piss with the door open herself. I don't know why she's fucking letting this guy stay at her place all the fucking time, but I guess she is. So she decides, instead of closing the door to take her piss, she decides to leave it open because we all want to see Cynthia Nixon on the fucking shitter. Okay, I know I do. Okay, we all want to see that shit, just like we did, and just like that, we wanted to see that shit. Remember that episode where we saw it like 3 times? Yeah, that's what we want to see. Okay, we want to see her taking a piss, okay? At least when the guy took the piss, you only saw him from the fucking stomach up. You didn't actually see it, you know, his ass and shit or anything, or the stream, but we're watching her take a piss, okay? And the guy, I guess his name is Doug, whatever the cartoon is, he walks in there while she's taking a piss, doesn't knock, well, the door's open, okay? But still, no normal person just walks in there when your fucking girl is fucking taking a piss. He goes over to the toilet paper, which is next to her, grabs some, blows his fucking nose, And then he asks her something about fucking like if she's gonna make coffee for him or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's just fucking stupid. And he walks away like it's nothing. Like he's not bothered by it either. Well, I already knew he wasn't bothered by fucking Samantha Irby fucking toilet humor. Okay, shit and piss humor. But Miranda is kind of bothered by it, and it's just like, she should really say something instead of just fucking acting like it's okay. It's just like I didn't even buy that. I thought it was pretty gross. Okay, this guy's completely oblivious to what's going on here. Okay, so yeah, he asks for bagels while she's fucking taking a piss. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Meanwhile, Miranda decides to piss. Okay, so Samantha and Maria, they end up flirting with each other a lot. Samantha admits to her because she goes to her place, and I guess they're fucking working on art, or she's showing her how to make art, whatever. They're sharing the sink together, wash their hands, and Maria's getting turned on, and she's flirting with Samantha. Samantha's like, hey, I've done 3-ways before, okay, and it was really fun, especially for the guy, but I've never just done girl. I've never done that before, and she doesn't do relationships. She's saying, you're a really good girl, and you deserve to be someone cool, and I don't do relationships. So she fucking leaves, all right? Meanwhile, the girls go shopping. Okay, Charlotte brags about giving Trey a blowjob, okay, at a movie theater, because I guess they're going all over the place, fucking having sex in all these different places, Charlotte gets upset when Samantha tells her that she has a healthy relationship. Because Charlotte has a problem with going all over town in different places, fucking and giving blowjobs and doing all these crazy shit. She has a problem with it, but Samantha's like, hey, that sounds like you're having a great sex life. Nothing wrong with that, And the fact that Samantha approves of this tells Charlotte there's something wrong with what's going on here. So she starts questioning her relationship with Trey because Samantha approves of it. If Samantha believes in it, that means Charlotte can't believe in it too. All right, there's got to be something wrong. Because apparently, Charlotte and Samantha would never be friends in real life. This is kind of bullshit. I think they're only together because of Carrie. I honestly don't think Samantha would hang out with any of the other two girls, Miranda or Charlotte, unless Carrie was there. I don't think that would ever happen. It wouldn't happen. Okay. Meanwhile, Charlotte and Trey, they make out in the cab, all right, even though the cab driver's there and they're driving, okay, and Trey wants to fuck her in the car. He wants to fuck her. Okay, Charlotte gets upset. She's like, my apartment's like 5 blocks away. We'll be there pretty soon. Why do you want to, let's fuck when we get there, and he's like, no, he wants to fuck in the car. So she gets fucking pissed off, all right, and she fucking screams and she says, are you afraid that if we get back together, you won't be able to get it hard again? She gets fucking upset. She loses her temper with him, and she fucking walks out of the cab. He says, fuck this shit, and she slams the door on him, and he tells her before, he's like, hey, don't talk about my impotence in front of the taxi. She's like, oh, I can't talk about your fucking not being able to get a hard on, but you want to fuck in front of the taxi driver? That part's okay. She fucking slams out of there, slams the door on him, and walks away. Trey and her, Trey calls her immediately afterwards and says he wants to give her another chance. He wants to try again. He asks her if they can move into try their bedroom, their marital bed, if she can come back and they can try to have sex again. This time in their bedroom. Okay. Meanwhile, Miranda is making Doug some coffee. I guess the sex really is good. She doesn't mind. She's making coffee, and of course she hears the farting and and then you hear the plop of the turd going in the toilet. She can hear it. She's like, what? Okay, well, she knows what it is, but for some reason, she decides to go into the hallway anyway, and of course, the door's open, and there's Doug taking a shit, reading the newspaper. He's taking a shit. I mean, he's literally taking a shit. Like, he's farting, and you can probably smell it pretty well, and yeah, you can hear the turd plopping into the fucking toilet water, and so Miranda just like, she's just like disgusted, okay? And the fact that the door's open, it bothers her because, this guy's out of shape, okay? He's out of shape, he's bald, he's got glasses, he looks like shit, and he's taking a shit. It's just like, we don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I know you don't want to see that. None of us want to see that, but, that's the shit you do behind closed doors. And Miranda's all pissed off about it. And, the farting, the reading the newspaper, she's disgusted, and with the bathroom door open. So she gets mad and decides that an open door dump is worth dumping someone over. Okay, so she decides to 86 this asshole. She slams the door closed, so she has to look at this, and she decides to 86 this guy. Okay, you don't fucking take a shit with the door open at her place, And he's completely oblivious. He thought that she was walking up to the door to fucking ask him what kind of fucking I guess what kind of nuts to put in his coffee or some shit. And instead, she just slammed the door and said, "Get this fucking asshole out of here." All right. So I thought that was kind of funny. Okay. So she dumped him. So he's gone. All right. Meanwhile, Ray takes Carrie to a restaurant. I guess Samantha's there with Maria, and Big's there with some girl, some woman named Shaw, and she's a supermodel. Yeah, no, she is. She's a supermodel. He even says it. She's a supermodel. So he brings this supermodel girl, this skinny, beautiful girl. Okay, and of course, Carrie brings Ray, and Ray's always wearing that stupid ass fucking jazz hat. You know, the little fucking, the top hat. He's always wearing, not the top hat, but the fucking, what it's called, the fedora. He's always wearing the fucking fedora everywhere. All right, that's like his signature thing. So Ray takes Carrie there. Big is there with his girl Shay, like she's a supermodel. Ray doesn't want to sit at the table. He can kind of tell that Carrie's getting jealous, and and Big is getting jealous and stuff. So he can kind of gets this bad energy. Like he realizes that Big isn't happy with him being there. With Carrie. So he walks away. He goes to sit in the bar. He starts eating some noodles at the bar. Carrie follows him over there. And he's like, nah, I don't really want, I'm going to hang out here for a while. I really don't want to go back. That table is bad over there, So they start flirting with each other some more at the table. She starts feeding him the noodles, and they're kind of like getting it on there right there at the bar. Meanwhile, while Carrie's gone, Samantha questions Big. She's sitting there with Maria. She questions Big, and she basically berates him and says, hey, I know Carrie's a very strong woman. She acts all tough, okay, but you were bad for her, and you better not hurt her again or something, because blah, blah, blah. And Big's just like, can't we all just get along, And Samantha doesn't like that. She's like, excuse me. So she goes to the bathroom, and Maria goes to the bathroom. So basically, Big is by himself because his date, Shaw, she went to the bathroom too. So everyone's in the fucking bathroom, or they're sitting at the bar. So Big's sitting at this big table all by himself. Okay, having to fucking deal with his own feelings and his own, insecurities, which kind of sucks for him, but the show isn't about him, so we got to go back to the other characters. All right. In the bathroom, Maria talks to Samantha and basically tells Samantha that she wants more than friendship. She can't be Samantha's friend. She wants to be intimate with Samantha. And I don't understand how the fuck, just doing art and washing your hands together gets you to fall in love with somebody, because I don't see how the fuck Samantha can just fall in love with a woman like that just because they were doing some art. I mean, and hey, and this girl Maria, she's not that attractive, okay? She very much looks like she's like 45, 50 years old. Okay, Sonia Braga, I'm sure she was attractive when she was younger, but she's older now, and she's like in her late 40s, at least 50s maybe. She's not that attractive, okay? And even though she's a lesbian, I can see her and Samantha getting together. I don't see what Samantha would be attracted to her. I think that Samantha would be attracted to a beautiful woman, like a gorgeous woman, okay? Because all the women that I've ever known that were a bisexual, okay, in real life, that were bisexual, okay, they're always attracted to beautiful women, okay? They weren't attracted to these out of shape, middle aged, haggard looking women, okay? And unfortunately, Maria does kind of look like that, okay? She does. She looks like she's been around the block, okay? She got the crow's feet around her eyes, She just, just doesn't do it for me, It just doesn't do it for me. So I would see that Samantha would be more attracted to like a younger girl, a prettier girl, not someone who looks older than her, But it's the show, so what are you gonna do? It's not about the attract. It's about the gay factor. She's with a woman. Ooh, big fucking deal. Anyway, so Samantha decides that she's gonna give it a shot. She's gonna try to date fucking a woman. She's gonna try to date Maria. Okay, because she wants to be special. She wants to do something. She thinks she's Marco Polo of the fucking sex world, and she wants to go to some undiscovered country that she's never been to. Okay. Meanwhile, in the bathroom, Carrie runs into Shaw, Big's date, in the shitter. She's in there fucking doing lines. She's doing blow. She offers some to fucking Carrie. Carrie shoots it down. And then she says, "Hey, do you used to date him? Because he mentions you a lot. Like y'all used to date or something like that." And Carrie's like, "Yeah, something like that." And then Carrie fucking leaves. All right. And I think actually there's blood coming out of fucking Shaw's nose from all the fucking coke she's doing. All right. So she's leaving. Let's see. Big tells Carrie there. Okay, so she runs into Big outside. Big tells Carrie that he's leaving, and him and Shaw are gonna take off. They're not having a good time there. And Carrie says, "Oh yeah, by the way, the '80s are back. Yeah, your girl's in the bathroom. Yeah, the '80s are back. Whatever." So Ray and Carrie, they leave together as well. They're flirting and walking down the street in the city, and they're flirting with each other. He's got his stupid fucking hat on, his jazz hat on. They're flirting around. You can tell by the body language and all that kind of shit. And they ended up kissing in front of her brownstone, in front of her apartment. You know, they're flirting and trying to talk about jazz and stuff. And they start kissing in front of her brownstone. And Carrie narrates, you know, what ultimately defines a relationship is another relationship. Okay, so she's really turned on by this guy. You know, like I said, he's a musician, so he's an artsy-fartsy type of guy. He's kind of scatterbrained, though, and we'll get to that in the next episode. But what I don't understand, the biggest concern I have with this episode is I don't understand why everyone's such in a hurry to get into a relationship. Okay, like why was like Miranda so tolerant of this guy, you know, fucking taking a dump and fucking pissing her in front of her, you know, like why would you do that? You know, Charlotte, why would Charlotte allow Trey to have sex with her everywhere, but never once bring up her feelings or their relationship or their marriage? For Christ's sake, they're not even boyfriend and girlfriend. They're fucking married, and neither one of them wants to bring up. You know, now Charlotte always tells this to her girlfriends all the fucking time about her concerns with Trey, but she doesn't tell Trey. So how the fuck are they moving anywhere? She blows up at him. She loses her temper. She blows up at him. She doesn't tell him what's bothering her when it happens. Okay? Big fucking problem. I don't like that. I know women do that all the fucking time, but it's bad. You got to quit doing that. You got to tell them when shit's going wrong. Okay? 'Cause let me tell you something. There's a big difference between men and women, okay? Men, we're more logical, and I don't mean that to offend any women. I mean, we think about a lot of our things despite what our feelings say. You women fucking always go with your feelings, okay? Whatever you feel like doing is what you do, right or wrong. Your feelings are what make all the decisions for you. The problem with feelings is that feelings change, okay? They don't always stay the same, okay? So your feelings don't mean shit, okay? It's your word, it's your honor, it's your integrity that matters, okay? You got to be able to fucking do something, say you're going to do something, and then fucking do it, okay? Now, it doesn't depend on how you feel, all right? So, you know, there's just a big miscommunication here. And a lot of this is Trey's fault, too. He's not bringing it up, he's a fucking idiot. But we already know he's a fucking idiot, okay? So I know he's not going to bring up his marriage to Charlotte, to his fucking wife, and find out where they're gonna go. He's just one dimensional. Oh, I just want to fuck everywhere. Alrighty then. You know, I mean, this is fucking stupid. All right. And then Samantha wanted to try. I can understand Samantha wanted to have a lesbian relationship. Personally, if it were me, I would pick a better looking girl. But hey, Samantha, for some reason, she sees something in Maria that I don't fucking see. But she sees something in Maria that's attractive, so she's gonna give that a shot. Okay, fine. It's just gonna be another notch post for her. Okay, don't start making this about romance and love, because we both know fucking Samantha does not understand what these things are. Okay, and what else? And then Carrie with this guy. This guy's kind of exciting. He's kind of cool. He knows a lot about jazz. Like I said, he owns a couple of jazz clubs. You know, but to me, the fact he's not aware of what's going on here. You know, he's not aware that this guy is competing with him for Carrie. Okay, I think he probably should have seen that coming. Me personally, I would not be dating Carrie if I already knew that there's this other guy that wants her. Okay, he got there first. Now, if she doesn't want to be with him, that's fine. But for God's fucking sake, don't invite me to a fucking date where he's going to show up again. Okay, he specifically said, don't bring the angry guy. And what happens? She didn't bring the angry guy, but the angry guy showed up. Okay, that's not a coincidence. That's on purpose. Okay, I would have seen that and been like, get the fuck out of there. Okay, you're not worth it, Carrie. I'm sorry. Unless I can have you to myself without this asshole being here, being here, I don't want to date you. Okay. Because, you know, men, you got to have some sort of self-fucking respect, okay? Just like women are always talking about how they have boundaries, I don't fucking know, it's the deal breakers. You know, if you're like this, then I'm not going to date you, okay? Guys, you got to be the same way, okay? You got to have boundaries as well, okay? If you're fucking, this girl that you really like, you're asking out, keeps bringing her fucking ex-boyfriend to the date, 86 her fucking ass. Get her the fuck out of there. You don't need that drama. You don't need that fucking hassle. You don't need to be fighting anybody. Fuck her. She ain't fucking worth it. She ain't fucking Helen or fucking Troy. I ain't gonna go to war with anybody over Carrie Bradshaw. Sorry, not gonna happen. I like you a lot, but you know, I don't like you that much, okay? All right. So anyway, thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.